Hi, everyone. All right, who's been to a great web debate before? People that work here should probably raise their hands, too. So my name's Lyle Troxel. I don't work for eBay. I actually do a couple things. I'm a developer advocate for Wakanda DB. Who's heard of Wakanda DB? That's what I thought. And OK, hey, somebody, thank you. Who's heard of 4D? It used to be Silver Surfer, and it was a database engine like 1984 around FileStack, or FileMaker time. Kind of remember that? Maybe? OK, remember FileMaker. So 4D is a development stack, a traditional database engine. I didn't know anything about it except for 4D has a JavaScript framework called Wakanda. You used 4D, right? It's kind of like, oh, yeah. So that system, it's a French company, and they're still around. And now, about 3 years ago, they started an open source project called Wakanda. It's a full JavaScript stack. It's multi-threaded. So imagine like Apache and Node and MongoDB, except for relational, and slam that all together. That. OK? That's what I do, a developer advocate for that. But they do a JavaScript conference. Oh, also, GeekSpeak on KOSP. For 12 years, I've done a technology talk show in Santa Cruz. Who's been to Santa Cruz? My God, some liveliness. If you're not going to Santa Cruz every once in a while, you should. Who smoked pot? So it's a technology show for an hour long, and I talk about everything under the sun that finds interesting. A lot about web development, because that's what I love. OK. I am Lyle on Twitter and on GitHub if you care. So you can follow me if you like to do that. And yes, I do like that I have Lyle as my name on both those sites. I'm very proud of that. Thank you. I obviously have Google Glass. I don't work for Google either. I do a lot of talking about this because everybody's interested. I would let everybody try it on, but then I would be sick for 3 days. So a couple people probably I'll let you try it on. It's fun to, I use it all the time, by the way. Wear it all the time to take pictures. There we go. OK, so the thing I'm kind of working on right now way too much is JavaScript Everywhere. It's a conference. Has anybody been to a JavaScript Everywhere conference? OK, pretty good. So this year, I did it last year as a volunteer, and then I got hired by the company that promotes it. And this year, I decided to do it on Treasure Island in San Francisco. For me, Treasure Island was always like this fear point that I would like get off the Bay Bridge, and then I'd be stuck. But actually, it's really awesome. So this is really outside the venue. These are my pictures from the space. Treasure Island has some cool buildings on it, like that big white one there, and those 2 hangars. Those were made by Pan Am. They had airplanes in them for a long time. Then World War II, the island was taken over as a military base, and that was taken over by the government. And now there's a winery there. See? And it's got a room where they make wine. But on the 25th, which is Friday in like 2 weeks, that room will be filled with JavaScript developers talking about JavaScript, which is cool. So this will be a stage and about 20 speakers. Crockford's highlighting. I'm speaking about Google Glass and making JavaScript apps. We've got copters happening and some Node on Pi, on Raspberry Pi. We've got just a lot of really cool things. The theme is JS and everywhere it is. So it's like JS in automotive, JS in SMS, and it's JavaScript. So come to this thing, please, and join me. And there will be a wine tasting at the end of the day. And you guys all get 20% off if you use Great Web Debate, lowercase. So if you want to do that, I would love to see you all there. Who might actually come? All right, I'll buy you wine if you come. All right, let's get on with this day. So I want to, OK, so the meetup, I'm going to introduce 2 people. Satish and who else is coming up? Pupedra, OK. Do you guys want to come up and talk about? First off, let's just talk about the meetup. Yeah, come up here. So this group is about taking really smart people to do web development and fighting with each other over beers, right? Like that's how it started. Do you want to describe a little bit?
Yeah, it actually started that way. Patrick, who's one of the co-organizers, himself and myself and a few other folks, we were sitting in a conference, and after the conference, we sat in a bar, and that's where all the action started. We learned a lot from that debate compared to the actual conference. So that's when we decided, you know what, let's just have that as a main thing. Debate is the way to learn. It's not to one wins over other. It's, by debating both of them, you'll learn a lot more about both. That's how it started. So I think this format is really working well, and I hope you guys enjoy. All right.
Yeah, certainly. Thank you. And Adikshi, are you guys going to do a little pitching right now for working? Yeah? OK. And introduce yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Bhupendra. I manage Vertical's product development team. Let me just ask you a question. How many of you buy and sell on eBay? Other than eBay employees, I know every one of them buy and sell on eBay. Cool. So let me tell you a little bit about eBay. So we, as a platform, you can buy Virgin Mary cheese toast on eBay, or a cool antique collector's item, which is very hard to find. Maybe brand new iPhone, or an island in Hawaii. So we basically, on our platform, you can serve many categories, and it poses a complex, huge challenge for, especially for our presentation developer, how to bring this unique inventory to our customers. Some of the interesting facts about eBay: we sell car every 2 minutes, motorcycle every 6 minutes, a phone every second, and a lot more variety of the item. So we as eBay want to build the global connected commerce, which is not only online, but also offline, which is not only global, but local. And how do you do that? In order to do that, we want to invest in a technology. In fact, in 2012 alone, more than 50% of our growth came from engineering. So which is enabling us to invest a lot more in engineering and technology. So first step we did is we built open presentation platform, which allows our developers to basically create an experiences using any open source stacks. So previously we used to have our own proprietary platform. Now this new Rafter platform allows us to build rapid prototyping. We also heavily investing in a technology like Hadoop. We are the third or fourth largest Hadoop cluster in the world. Another thing we are doing is also, we thought that in order to build this global e-commerce connected platform, we need our engineers to innovate. And we can only do that if we allow them to innovate and give them vehicles to innovate. So we at eBay, we have a program, something called Skunkworks, where engineers partner with UED and product managers to rapid prototype and present to executives. Some of the ideas eventually make to the side. They get the funding from executive. They work with their manager to carve out some of the time so that they can fuel their innovation. In fact, last week only we had a hackathon where we had a very diverse ideas, and I'm sure some of them will make live to site. So that's how we are building a culture of innovation. I just wanted to show you one example. This is one of the fashion.ebay.com actually came out of a hackathon. Our team built in 2 weeks of time and eventually launched on the site. And this is in the production right now. So if you want to be a part of a platform, a global connected commerce platform, if you're passionate about commerce, I would say look no further than eBay. So thank you very much. Thank you for coming here.
Thank you very much. The framework that you talked about, Raptor, is really kind of amazing. We'll talk a little bit more about frameworks that are similar to that tonight. But if you've got a position right now that you're not totally happy with, do look around, because you're in an amazing place. Silicon Valley, you can work where you want to work as long as you're good at what you do, right? So I guess that's another way of saying go over there at some point and talk to him. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the panelists today. So let's have Bill Scott come up and sit right here. Hi, Bill. Hey. Bill Scott is the director of UI engineering at PayPal. The sister company, well, the same company is here, but you guys don't actually integrate that much, right? Your stacks?
Yeah, we share a lot of stuff back and forth, but yeah, our stacks.
Oh, you know what? Here, hold that for a second.
Thank you very much. Yeah, our stacks are somewhat different right now, although there's an initiative to bring a lot of that together and leverage the whole eBay Inc., which I think is going to be pretty cool.
Cool. All right, so Bill had actually an early experience with the client affecting the application's performance. And I speak, actually, he's a co-creator of Gato, 1985. And Gato was a submarine simulator in 1985. Is this true? Okay, good.
Yeah, it was a Mac
Wikipedia
game.
didn't lie to me. That's good.
Mac game.
So Gato actually relied on the processor speed for the game mechanics. And as the processors got faster, the game got not so good, right? Yeah. So that's actually an early state of the client really affecting the application. What do you say?
Yeah,
you've been doing this for a while.
We definitely had to do some stuff in assembly, so.
Yeah, a little bit different. All right, so Bill built and designed wargaming interfaces for NATO, led user experience teams for Meebo and for Sabre, and co-wrote the first Ajax JavaScript one of the first Ajax JavaScript frameworks, OpenReco. Anybody here developed an OpenReco? Me neither. Managed user
2005.
2005. Managed user interface engineering organizations at Netflix and PayPal, and published a design pattern library at Yahoo. And Bill is also a frequent speaker at conferences and workshops and worldwide as the co-author of the Riley book, Designing Web Interfaces. So you can follow Bill online, and I'll put up that slide for the speakers, because that way you guys can.
Cool.
Right? Yeah, we'll do that.
All that just means I'm old.
Yeah, you've been around. You know what you're doing. Is Jan here? Jan Borgensen. Go ahead and take that second chair. Thank you so much.
Mr. Zazzle.
Good. So yeah, Mr. Zazzle, good point. Jan manages the UI engineering team at Zazzle, where he helped build a rich web app platform that grew the Zazzle business from a bootstrap startup to the leading global marketplace for customizing products. In 2013, he led the UI engineering efforts behind Zazzle's redesign. So as we all know, greenfield's a lot more fun than redesigned stuff, and that was probably harder, which update the website's markup to HTML5, CSS3, and responsive mobile-first implementation. So I look forward to hearing a little bit more about that. Is your mic on? Hello? No, it's not. So push the power button. The mute button, hold it down for a second. We won't let him talk yet. Is Eric here yet? Okay, so we're going to leave a hole here, because Eric's going to be in that white chair.
Can I change his nickname? It's Dr. Z.
Dr. Z?
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, Bill.
How big was the Zazzle team when you started, when you were there?
I was the first UI hire, so 3.
Okay.
The 4th guy arrived an hour after me.
All right. Cool.
It's growing fast. Did it keep that trend?
No.
Synthel Padman, come on up. Synthel is a principal engineer and front-end lead for the buyer experience team here at eBay. He specializes in front-end architecture and web performance, and is an active advocate of HTML5 and web standards. He is the creator of Yahoo Mail Cache Warmer. What is that? Sorry.
That helps you to see your mails more quicker in the mail system.
Okay. Was that while you were at Yahoo?
I was working in the mail team at Yahoo, so
Okay, that's good.
so we wanted to keep it as fast as Gmail, so that's one of our targets. So
Just trying to beat Google. That's awesome. Let's see. He's also the creator of Data URI Sprites and SPOF check tool.
single
Spoffed?
point of failure, yeah.
Bill, you want to tell us what that is?
So like a lot of websites nowadays use third-party scripts in their pages, right? And that's a potential cause for SPOFs, that single point of failure. So in eBay, we wanted to prevent it before it even rolls to the site. So we wrote a tool that can detect that before rollout, and engineers can go and fix it.
Cool. Thank you. Renato Iwashima, come on up. Renato is a full-stack engineer who has been working at Yahoo for 5 years, contributing to internal platforms, homepage, and media verticals. He is now developing the next generation framework that addresses common challenges for large-scale websites. And we're actually going to I want to just say that what Yahoo's doing, can you summarize what Yahoo's doing? Because it's actually very similar to what eBay is doing right now. And it's, you know what, we'll step into that later. I will prompt you for that later. Let's, so first off, who here is like way sold on responsive design as being the end-all, be-all? Any of you want to speak well for that? Yeah, go ahead.
I will speak well for responsive. Be all end all might be going a bit far.
Okay.
I'm a Libra. So I guess 3 main points for responsive. We're a small team. The cost of building up teams that build entirely different experiences for different devices pretty much goes up with the size of the teams that you need in order to build for different devices. So if you're running one major code base and you have one team that owns it, then your costs are pretty much okay. The main thing, though, is just designing for the future. We've seen an explosion of screen sizes over the last 5 years. And it seems like over the last 2 years, we've actually figured out how to design applications and sites for a variety of screen sizes. So just in the last couple of years, it's like, you know, the Android phones are getting bigger. You've got 7-inch tablets, you've got 8-inch tablets, you've got 10-inch tablets. Soon we'll be designing for walls. So if you want to build one code base that runs just about anywhere, you've got to build it responsively.